NYnet represents one of Europe's largest public sector-led open access broadband initiatives that provides isolated rural and coastal communities in North Yorkshire with high-speed broadband connectivity.
My name is Billy Garrett, and I used to live in Ireland originally, and I moved to England in 1967, worked in Bradford for 30 odd years. We left Bradford about 7 years ago, where we had a really good connection with Yorkshire Cable, and came up here and found that unfortunately there just wasn't broadband.
My name's Lucia Clayton. We moved here, is it 7 years ago?
Yeah, 7
years ago. My husband's got MS. We are always at home, and the broadband is...
Well, it's helped us a lot. You get people and family saying, they just take it for granted, saying, can you go on the internet and have a look at this? Where we were on dial-up and we were getting emails and it was taking us an hour to open something. So we eventually, and we
heard about Billy.
Yeah, we'd heard about Billy,
Beeline.
and we couldn't actually physically believe it. We thought, no, this can't.
We didn't believe it, did we?
We can't have broadband.
We ignored it, didn't we?
Yeah, so anyway, Billy had actually came up and said, yeah, within an hour, I think we're on the internet, we're on YouTube, everything.
Hi, well I'm Mike Steele and we're at Kale Pot Hole in glorious Newtondale. We've lived here now for 7 years and we've now developed a holiday cottage here as well. We live here and I love it here. The biggest problem we had when we first came here was that with no broadband at all, our ordinary dial-up telephone is pretty awful. So to go onto the internet, we'd be lucky if we got longer than a couple of 3 minutes at a time before it died. But now, this is absolutely fantastic. It's made all the difference in the world. It means that both for business, where I'm looking to download relatively big files sometimes, they just come straight in. When I'm looking to send files or talk, biggest thing is if I want to talk to somebody whilst we're looking at a website or something, we can do it. We can both be looking at a website, I can be on the telephone and be looking at the site. So that's been tremendous. It's made an enormous difference.
We had a meeting of the parish council who took on board the project and supported our application for a grant, and the villagers signed up, a lot of them, for this connection. And in a nutshell, we've been around to the countryside in the snow and the rain and the hail over winter, installing boxes throughout people's houses, on the roofs and on the chimneys, climbing ladders and installing cables.
On a personal level, it's terrific as well because we've got a daughter in America, we've got a cousin in Venezuela, an uncle in Australia. It means that we can all communicate so much more easily, we can see each other, we can exchange files, we can have pictures backwards and forwards. So it's been great from that point of view as well.
We're very, very rural. It takes us 10 to 15 minutes just to get into Pickering. It doesn't have much in Pickering regarding sort of the big supermarkets. You've got to go to York or Scarborough, so we're quite limited. So we've been able to go onto the Asda, the Tesco, the big supermarket shopping and get it delivered to your door, which is absolutely fantastic.
So being able to get high-speed wireless broadband in a place like this is absolutely brilliant.